Something about you we don't know.
Well, I'm a public personality, so I think everything I do is in the public domain. But something that most people don't know is that I'm very fond of literature and the written word.
Right, ma'am. There was also a recent decision asking all shops to change their signboards to the Punjabi language by 21st February. And what would be your take on that?
So we just celebrated the International Mat Bhasha Divas, Mother Tongue Day. And I think this is just, the government wanting to remind people.
So, ma'am, how do you think it's different working with this government than the previous one?
So I think for all India service officers or for any even state level officers, we work for the public.
Hi everyone, I'm Khyati Kohli and you're watching True Scoop. Today we are fortunate enough to be sitting next to a woman of extraordinary brilliance, grit and humility, Mrs Surabhi Malik. Welcome to True Scoop, ma'am.
So I will not introduce her as the first woman DC of Ludhiana as most people do, because there is so much more to her than this title. And we're just about to find out. So ma'am, what's something about you we don't know?
Well, I'm a public personality, so I think everything I do is in the public domain. But something that most people don't know is that I'm very fond of literature and the written word, and I write poetry.
Oh, that's awesome. So ma'am, what's the biggest milestone of your time as DC Ludhiana so far?
I think it's been a relatively good 1 year almost, and I look back with satisfaction. But something that's very close to my heart is that we've been able to achieve the highest reduction in paddy stubble burning incidents in the entire NCR region of the state of Punjab, a reduction of 54%, for which I'm so proud to have worked with all the farmers of Ludhiana.
That's pretty amazing. That's really good. So ma'am, if there's only one problem you could solve in the next month, what would it be?
In the next month, there's a lot of things that we want to work into. I'm an avid environmentalist, and I would like to just find random abandoned public spaces and populate them with trees and shrubs and so on and so forth. But I think if there's something which I think is easily solvable on the part of the public, is just greater adherence to traffic norms. Something that's very, it's low-hanging fruit for us. So if people would just get their vehicles updated as per the latest norms, get their pollution certificates checked, not drive rashly, adhere all traffic norms, I do believe that an issue that is plaguing all of India today, which is a lot of motor vehicle accidents and fatality, can be solved pretty quickly.
So ma'am, how do you think it's different working with this government than the previous one?
So I think for all India service officers or for any even state level officers, we work for the public, and all public representatives sort of explain to us what the pulse of the public is and what the public has expected of them when they've been elected on power. So from that perspective and from the governance perspective, we don't differentiate from one government to the other. That said, we're noticing a lot of youthful fervor and a lot of change on the ground in terms of minute details towards rudimentary facilities, upgrading rudimentary public facilities. So whether it is primary healthcare in terms of the Aam clinics, which have been set up in record time, or it is the fact that we're visiting schools and going from village to village, talking to people about their problems. It's really good to be involved personally in the lowest unit of government. So I think that's something that's really great about this.
That's really great. Ma'am, are you one of the very few people that I found on LinkedIn in the IAS lobby? So how do you think that social media has changed governance today, and how are you planning to leverage it to do better for people?
That's a great question. So I'm on LinkedIn. I have an Insta handle which is official. We are on Facebook. Our DPRO handle is there on Facebook. And I think social media has transformed everything. I think from the public, private spaces to governance to everything. It's also ushered in this era of digital governance, which the government is now fully cognizant of. and absolutely, ready to embrace. We actually already do leverage the social media by way of reaching out to the larger public with regard to government schemes, with regard to information, education, awareness activities, with regard to even asking for grievances. We get, our Twitter handles get tagged when people have issues they want to raise. We respond accordingly. So I think social media has this great potential to reach out in real time and instantaneously to people from our end, and to also resolve their issues and their grievances, and also as a feedback mechanism really for how we are doing. So I think it's become a part of governance, and it's not possible to distance governance from social media any longer.
So it's very transparent, I think, now with the social media coming.
Absolutely.
Alright, ma'am, there was also a recent decision asking all shops to change their signboards to the Punjabi language by 21st February. And what would be your take on that?
So we just celebrated the International Mat Bhasha Divas, Mother Tongue Day. And I think this is just, the government wanting to remind people that they belong to a certain culture and they shouldn't forget their roots. I think the idea is not to change the language already as it subsists, but to give primacy to the mother tongue. So I find that shopkeepers or government offices are actually very happy to add the Punjabi language to their already existing boards. We don't have an issue, nobody has an issue with other languages. We just want to remind people to remember their traditions, their roots, and their cultural identity, and I think people are okay with this.
Definitely, it's beautiful to go back to the roots. So just to wrap this up, ma'am, one line or message that you would like to give all digital media channels of today.
I would like to ask the digital media channels two things. One, to be responsible in what they cover, because you reach a target audience that is immense in its scale and scope. And we have a responsibility to the content that we create, because we also shape our youth and our middle ages into the next century. So we need to think about heralding or ushering them into scientific progress and new areas of knowledge, so on and so forth. I think we should stay away from the oft trodden path of sensationalism that serves no higher purpose. So that's one thing. And the other is just to work towards bringing greater harmony amongst different segments of society. So while we, usher people towards greater knowledge and scientific temper, we should also bring in a message of togetherness. And I believe that our country has a million beautiful stories of grit, struggle, positivity that need to be told. So just to bring those out in a very positive and cohesive manner.
That's beautiful. And one line of message to the youth also.
Create love and get rid of everything that creates hatred and divisiveness in our society.
It's a quick rapid fire, just 11 questions, and we'd just like to get to know you. So these are very basic and personal questions, so nothing political. So, favorite social media platform?
Instagram.
Are you religious or spiritual?
Spiritual.
If not DC, then?
A writer or a travelogue writer, I think. Yes.
Okay, and who's your favorite celebrity?
Wow. I don't know, I have to come back to that one.
Favorite Punjabi singer?
Favorite Punjabi singer would be Amrinder Gill, Harbhajan Mann, Diljit Dosanjh.
Alright. Cracking LSE or UPSC, what was harder?
UPSC. Yeah. No questions.
What matters most to you?
Cohesiveness and harmony.
Yes. Key takeaway from your time in London?
That it is possible to exist in a world where the pursuit of excellence and knowledge and a cultural melee can coexist beautifully together.
Beautiful. And what's your favorite thing about Punjab?
The boisterous form of love, togetherness and celebration.
And what's your favorite food joint in Ludhiana?
would join in Ludhiana. I love street food, so different areas of street food, golgappas, chaats, etc.
Right. And the last one is, if you were to run for elections today, which party would you join?
I don't think I'm very political. I'm very happy in my space.
Alright.
I don't think I'm the kind of person to run for elections, but yeah, I'm quite apolitical.
Great. Thank you so much for your time, ma'am. We truly appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.